So this is a short video to help you as the core team of a group evaluate where your group is at this time. It's something you could perhaps do maybe on an annual basis. There's some resources available, some questions that give you a basic framework for measuring things, and it gives you an assessment sheet so that you as a core team can work out the strengths and weaknesses in your group. It will help you then to discern what is it that God is wanting you to prioritize and what kind of things you might need to bolster or strengthen so that your group is more rounded and more Christ-like in its ministry. So just as an example, when I did this assessment for myself as an individual, I took the general sheet of questions and I worked my way through it, and I put a tick beside the areas that I'm feeling fairly confident about, areas that I think are actually happening in my own life, in my own circumstances. And then I would go over it and I would just put a question mark beside the ones I'm not so sure about. And I go back to that to double check and just make sure I'm completely clear. Now, once I'd established where I think I'm at with those questions, I then transferred it onto this assessment sheet for myself. And I put it on the target here to gain a general sense of what areas I'm strong in and what areas I'm weak in. Then I filled it in and gave myself a general picture as to how I'm doing and made some notes down the side. When you think of the Apostle Paul writing letters to different churches, he was usually writing in response to questions or circumstances that he was aware of. In effect, he was giving them an assessment and a review with some pointers as to find a way forward. This is just a simple way of doing that, tailored particularly for your group. Your motivation is to become more like Christ, not just as individuals, but as a whole group. So even though there's some work involved in doing this assessment, it can really bear fruit if we take it seriously. I've also got a set of questions tailored specifically for group evaluation, and that's different for the individual. These questions you will find under Jesus Training Your Family on Mission. So the first step in this process is for individual members of the core team to get a list of questions and to begin to do a general review of the group. How do you think the core team are doing in the light of these questions? And then after that, how do you think the whole group is doing in the light of these questions? Put some ticks, add some question marks, and then get ready to meet as a core team. Now, when it comes to evaluating your group, we have to do it in a slightly different way, because within your group is your core team, and then you've got the whole group, including all the members, all the people involved in it. So when it comes to filling out your assessment, in the first instance, what I want you to do is use a lighter colour pen to fill in where you think your core group is at, with generally those questions again. Just think how strong or weak your core group is. And you would fill that in with a lighter colour across all those different areas so that you get a general sense as to where your core group is at. So then we overlay how you think your group is doing using a stronger colour on top of the lighter colour to fill in where you think your group is generally at. And you begin to spot if there's a similarity or difference between how you think the group is doing and how the core team are. It may be that you can spot particular trends, that as a group you seem to be stronger in your understanding and trusting over and above the obeying and doing, or the other way around. Or it might be that there's a particular heading that is a real strength, but another area that is an obvious weakness. This assessment will reveal all of that. Likewise, it's important to dive a bit deeper into specific questions that you can recognize are areas that God is putting his finger on, or just areas that are missing from your group experience. You need to talk, you need to pray, and as a core team, you need to decide these are things that we're going to address and prioritize in the months to come. This should give you a really good steer on how to plan your way forwards. I remember many years ago as a primary school teacher getting used to the new national curriculum and being assessed on a regular basis as to how my teaching was going and how the children were being measured according to their progress. In other words, this is normal for me. My whole adult life has been open to the possibility of review and assessment. I just want to encourage you, adopt this culture of review, adopt this culture of assessment, because as we think carefully about how we're doing, we're more likely to make some progress. So do join in, do have a go. It will make your group life better.